My name is Manny. I was homeless a total of 3 times, totaling about 2.5 years, a little bit more. It's funny how things kind of work in twos in that first time I was on the streets for about 2 weeks, second time was about 2 months, third time, 2 years and change. And so altogether, yeah, it works up to about 2.5 years that I spent on the streets. The hardest parts was basically among other things, the inhumane treatment that a lot of the people were subjected to, the fact that it was oftentimes very difficult to even so much as get a shower on the weekends, because a lot of times like the agencies that work with people, they're only available during the week, and so during the weekends it was a lot harder. That and really just the inhumane treatment that they would basically throw at people. I basically had a point where it was just like, if I don't do something, I'm going to continue going around the same loop over and over again. And so I went, applied for Boston Housing, and what made it work was the fact not only that I had different agencies working with me, but I showed them that I really wanted it. So from the day that I applied, I was in there every 2 weeks, like clockwork, to the point where they didn't even have to ask who I was. They knew who I was, and what that showed them was like, okay, this person really wants it, which makes them more inclined to work with somebody. It's been rather difficult because I have like next to no experience, and so a lot of times when I would go on like a job search spree, it was like oftentimes the responses I would get would be like, well, you know, you have to have experience to get the job, but in order to get the experience, you have to have a job in the first place. So it was oftentimes like a catch-22 scenario. Get the corporate banker elitists out of power, because it's the money that's running everything. If they take them out, then we have a shot at turning things around. The people that are at the top aren't the elected officials. It's all the rich elite that basically have it's their money that controls everything. And so they say that the love of money is the root of all evil. Because you think about it, if you love something or you love someone, you'll do anything for that or for that person. So when you apply that to the dollar, you got people who have killed, people who have robbed, and it's just like, it's disgusting. Like we need honest, moral people in office. We need to get our moral compass back, because we've basically thrown it in the garbage as a society. Even though many people, they see homeless people and they kind of like, they look at them like they just totally look down on them. What I would say to anybody who would look down on a homeless person or somebody who appears poor or whatever have you, don't judge. Because at any point that you judge someone, you're basically bringing that condemnation upon yourself. And not only that, you don't know what someone else may be going through. You don't know what their situation is. You don't know what they're dealing with. And so it seems like a lot of times we as people have this tendency to judge people without even having the full picture at hand. And for them, that's what I would say. Now, as far as, you know, any homeless people that may actually be watching this, it's what you make of it. It's what you make of it at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what you've been told. Every single person, I believe every single person, if that's you watching this, if you're homeless and you're watching this, I believe that you can do better. I believe that you can overcome this. Because each and every single one of us is the heart of an overcomer. Every single person can rise up above the oppression. And so, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, do you want it? Are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to take hold of that? And are you willing to defend it and not let anything come in between that? Because if you are willing to fight for it, it can be had. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be times you're even going to want to give up. But if you hold on and you keep that vision alive, you will overcome.